El Piso Lamando. That's going to create a problem. That's going to create a problem. Yep, that's not good. Sorry, y'all. I'm talking to my GPS here. El Piso Lamando. You said who? 8? No, El Piso Lamando. Yeah, 8. Yeah, same thing. What did it make you think when I said El Piso Lamando? El Piso Lamando. Alright, so approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes ago, I was making a live. And my live was about the fire systems inside of these public places, such as Walmart, Food Lion, Bilo, anywhere you go, the truck stops, TA Loves, whatever. And what I was doing is explaining to y'all what a fire system is and how the Navy and these nays, which if you're in the Navy, then you're a nay, that's why it's called Navy, right? Right. So I was explaining how these cowards are trained, how Bill and Emmy has trained the RAIN and the police have trained the RAIN to use these fire systems. Now, what a fire system is a hazing system, okay? And it releases gas into the air when you go into these stores or whatever, and it takes you out of your right frame of mind. You stand in there and you breathe this stuff in, and it absolutely, it causes you to lose focus. You can't pay attention. Some of them you'll start sweating, okay? If you're a legitimate man, meaning you haven't went through any transformation at all, you hadn't regened from black to white, from to Mexican, from male to female, you are the individual that you was born into this world as. The police are in full war against your manhood, okay? Because they have took everyone in this world and turn them backwards. From male to female, from female to male. That's the definition of RAIN. If someone is RAIN, if they are reigning, they have went through a DNA transformation. From male to female, vice versa. Black, white, y'all get the point. Well, if you don't get the point, watch all my videos, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Now, with that said, I was explaining what a fire system was and how the fire systems work. And immediately the police deleted my video. I actually got a notification on my screen that says, "We are deleting your video." Who is we? We is the police. Okay?
Head south, then turn right.
We is the feds. the feeds. What are they over? The food you fucking eat. These are the murderers. These are the motherfuckers that go out and ensure that these men have cirrhosis of the liver, have cancer, have hepatitis, have HIV. The feds is over that. They are the motherfuckers that make sure that this Holocaust succeeds. They make sure that these ARCs are murdered. They make sure that these men are targeted and killed. That's what the feds do. They make sure that the whole world transforms into fucking nay-nays. Alright, so y'all gotta let me up out of here. Hold on 1 second. I got a regular ass shirt. I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Y'all hold on. I got the fucking everything blocked off out here. Let me, uh-oh. I might be working on the truck tonight. I think I done spun out my little thing he put in there. We'll put it right back in. Let me go in here and figure out how to open this gate. Y'all give me a second. I'll be right back. I might be on the wrong side. I don't know. Hold on. Alright, so I did go the wrong way. Damn. Can't win for losing. Where'd my shit go? Cold out here. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Nobody cares about your acting, bro. So anyway, I was explaining to my Facebook fans what these hazing system was and how they work and how they trained the rain to use these to target legitimate men, okay? And I think what made them cut the video off is I explained to y'all what COVID was about, okay? Now, there was never no such thing as COVID-19. What happened was, they needed a reason for the 6 to walk around. They needed a reason for the 6 to walk around with masks on. Okay? You can't just put a fucking mask. The whole world can't just put a mask on and start walking around. That's going to raise the question as to what's going on. Why does everybody have a mask on? And they can't come out and say, because we're testing out these hazing systems, you know what I'm saying, to make sure they work, so on and so forth. They can't say that. So they came up with COVID-19 so the six would have a reason to walk around with these masks on while they was testing out these fire systems that they put inside Walmart, Bi-Lo, Food Line, truck stops, gas stations, everywhere. Once they started, it took them approximately 4 years to get these fire systems set up inside of all of these places. And once they got them set up, they started activating them and testing them out and using them. So the six knew about it. They trained the rain. They trained the rain on how they work, different things they could do to trigger them, so on and so forth. Well, people like me, legitimate white males, they didn't tell anything about that. So they had to have an explanation as to why the six was running around with masks on. Okay? So they came up with COVID-19, so the six would have an excuse to run around with a mask on so they wasn't having to breathe in these freaking chemicals. Okay? Now, I said that to say that this is the same thing they accused Adolf Hitler of. Okay? Now, the truth is, Hitler didn't do that. They lied on Hitler so they can have an excuse to go over there and fuck with Hitler. Truthfully, Hitler never done any of that. They fabricated the freaking Holocaust. Hitler never done that. Okay? But they needed a reason to fight that fight. So, what the United States, and they've mastered this art, I want y'all to understand. They've mastered the art of doing something and accusing somebody else of doing what they're doing to take the attention off of themselves. Oh, yeah. These jokers was over here gassing and hazing back then. They was doing this back then. They were gassing and hazing men with blue eyes, arcs, so-called arcs, and killing them. What do you think? Why do you think they call the Vietnam War the Vietnam? Vietnam. Okay. Let me explain to you something. We never went to Vietnam and fought no Vietnamese. That was a cover-up. What the Vietnam War was, the United States was over here killing men with blue eyes. Killing them dead. So-called arcs. Okay? That's why it's called the V-I-T, Nam, N-A-M. Who is Am? Jesus Christ. What is it? The testimony of Jesus Christ. Okay, so they were killing arcs that were sent by the Lord Jesus Christ. They had a whole freaking war. Okay? Now, that's how the United States got the attention off of themselves. That's the truth of it. Okay, so y'all hold on a second. This joker has switched back
at the stop sign. Turn left onto US 13 North, US 416
to the way that I can't go. So let me go correct what the hell this motherfucker has done. Yep, that's just dead. I don't know when it came out. Must have been a few minutes ago. I gotta climb up under here and work on the truck tomorrow. That didn't last long. That didn't last long at all. This motherfucker ain't got no lights, Simone.
In half a mile, turn left onto the I-64 ramp to Summit.
So anyway, there was no such thing as COVID-19. Okay. Now,
Turn left onto the I-64 ramp.
okay. I try to explain everything, and I like to give y'all a reason as to why they do what they do.
Continue
Okay.
on US 13 north for 1 mile.
Understand that there has been a whole Holocaust that has took place in this country. Okay? It has been the equivalent of a Holocaust. And what has happened is Bill Gates, the biblical antichrist, Mark Zuckerberg, Emma, and the police have trained a whole nation of people to go out and war on men and so-called arcs and kill them dead. Okay? This has all been done under order of Bill Gates. Okay? And I'm going to make sure that him and everybody I just called off is tried in the highest court of law for war crimes, for committing war crimes. They have committed exactly what Adolf Hitler was accused of, only they really done what he was accused of.
Use the right lane to take the US 17 south ramp.
Go this way.
Continue on US 17 south for 1 mile.
This motherfucker has flipped around on me again, bro. I'm not even playing right now. Hold on a second. I'm about to get super fucking mad, bro. I'm talking about beyond fucking mad. You dumb motherfucker. Here, let's motherfucking do it like this. Since you want to act absolutely fucking stupid, I will absolutely do it like this. You dumb motherfucker. Absolutely fucking let me completely in this, like, right fucking now, bro. Done. Fuck out of my goddamn way.
Head southwest on George Washington Highway north toward Yadkin Road.
I got you, Jackson Road, bitch. Now what?
Continue on George Washington Highway north for 3/4 of a mile.
Alright, so now, back to what I was saying. These people have organized a Holocaust.
Jackie Acres Road. Use the right lane to take around to Suffolk.
And this Holocaust has been hidden in literature and localities and transparencies. So the thought is this, okay?
Use the right lane to take around to Suffolk.
What do men learn? Okay, what is the easiest way for most men to learn?
1 mile.
Hands-on, right?
Northeast.
And if all of these things, if this Holocaust is hid inside of literature, inside of words, inside of transparencies, these men can go into places such as Walmart, such as Food Lion, such as Bilo, and if they just take the time to read, they can learn and see what has taken place, right? Okay. So, alright, let me explain something to you. The police, Bill,
Continue for 3 miles.
Emmy, Mark, all of the powers that are at hand right now can be tried for war crimes. These people can be sentenced to death because they have organized a Holocaust in this country. Okay? They know that. They know what they have done. They know that their life is in jeopardy. They know that their freedom is in jeopardy for what they have done. Okay? So how do you stop these arcs? How do you stop these men from learning what has took place? Well, you got to take them out of their right frame of mind, don't you? You got to gas them. You got to haze them. Okay? So that's what these fire systems inside of these stores are designed to do. Okay? So you're inside. You're looking at stuff. You're trying to learn. You're trying to read. You're trying to avoid buying anything that's going to harm you. They cut the fire systems on. You breathe in this shit. It takes you out of your right frame of mind. That's what it was designed to do. Okay? These people can be tried in the highest court of law for the crimes that they have committed against humanity. Okay? And they know that. They know that. I'll do you one better than that. They're going to be tried in the highest court of law for the crimes they have committed against humanity. I give zero craps about Bill. I give zero craps about Emmy. I give zero craps about the police. And I'll do you a better one than that. There ain't a damn thing they can do about it. Ain't anything they can do. There ain't a fucking thing they can do about it. These people have committed crimes. They have murdered men in cold blood. Murdered them dead.
Use the left-hand lanes to take the I-664. Continue for 1 mile.
I said a lot earlier, and the police went in there. It literally said, "We are deleting your video." Who is we? We's the police. Okay, but they're deleting my video because they're hiding stuff, and they don't want the public to know what is going on. As soon as I started explaining to y'all what fire systems was, they said, "We're deleting your video." Why? Because they don't want white legitimate men to know about these fire systems. They don't want ARCs to know about these fire systems. But I'm gonna let y'all know about it. Another thing is, like I just said, they can be tried for war crimes. Oh yeah.
Continue on I-664 for 18 miles.
That's crimes against humanity. Yes. Now, I said, and like I said, I touch bases on this stuff in a lot of my videos, but it isn't just Walmart, Publix, it isn't just these stores. They're literally able to haze you in your vehicle, in your home. They have hazing systems set up everywhere. Everywhere. Okay? Let's say, and look, the 6 knows about it. Okay? Let's say you're shopping online. You're looking for a new vehicle. You're looking for a new truck. The trucks, the vehicles that have these hazing systems in them, They will take pictures. Okay, let's say you're looking through some pictures of a vehicle and you run across a picture with a spray bottle in the back seat. They take a picture of it with a can of Armor All spray laying in the back seat. They're letting you know this is art. They're letting you know, hey, this vehicle right here will spray your ass. Okay? But it's designed to take men and arcs out of their right frame of mind. There's a lot of ways they can let you know, hey, you get sprayed in this vehicle. Okay? They may take a picture of themselves beside the vehicle with a COVID mask on, letting you know, hey, if you buy this vehicle, there's sprayers in here to spray your ass. Is this illegal? Hell fucking yeah. Yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it's illegal. But they get away with it because it's not. And no, it ain't not. Y'all are murdering men. And they're trained in the art. Okay? Now, in the court of law, you have what's called technicalities. Okay? Technically, they hadn't legitimately said anything about this vehicle is designed to kill men. No. But they did take a picture of a spray bottle in the back. Right? The court of law don't recognize art. They don't recognize the art. Okay? They don't recognize that. So that's how they have gotten away with this whole freaking Holocaust. They have trained the rain in art. Okay? And I'm going to expose all of the art, and I'm going to make sure they don't have the opportunity to ever do this again. And everybody who has participated is going to give an account for their involvement. I promise to God. I ain't playing. I don't give a damn about the 6. I don't give a damn about 12. I don't give a damn about Mark, Bill, Emmy, or none of them. I don't care about LL. I don't care. Bill and Bill COs can kiss my behind. Behind. And I didn't cuss because they'll turn around and try to take my video down for cussing. I didn't cuss. Literally, in the middle of my video, they sent me a notification that said, "We are deleting your video." And I said, well, I will continue to make my videos. And I also will let the public know what we done. And I'll go a step further. I'll explain to them who we is. These people have slayed a whole country of legitimate white men with blue eyes, murdered them dead. And in their mind, between Bill and Emmy, they have promised them that they're going to get away with it. They'll never know what we done. Nobody will ever know what we done. Okay? They've even put together a whole team of COs and military personnel to silence me, to monitor my videos, to try and shut me up. Okay? Just know that. Because they don't want the world to know what they have done. But I assure you, they're going to know. They're going to know. not change anything. You better change, you're gonna be fucked. So, I guess my question is, why would you delete my video in the middle of me making a video? What are we hiding? And if I'm not telling the truth, then no need to delete my video, right? Exactly. The only way you would delete a video is to what? Withhold evidence. The only reason you would monitor my videos is to what? Withhold evidence. I'll do you one better than that. The only reason you would delete my videos every 30 days is to what? Withhold evidence. I'm literally having to go about 70 miles or 80 miles out of route just because it wants to take me over a bridge that costs like $30-something to go over for a car. There ain't no telling what it costs for a truck. And it ain't one of them situations where you can just ride on through. They actually got people sitting at the fucking bridge collecting money. And I know that. I'm really about to blow your mind when I tell you this. And I try not to say things like this too much because you get into rationalities and motherfuckers want to say, oh, that's irrational and this, that, and third. Do you know that the sixth believes in the Bible more than a Christian does? They know that hell is real. They know that heaven is real. They know that the Bible's account of Jesus Christ is the truth. Do you know that all these hazing systems and all these fire system, hazing system, same thing? Do you know that they designed these fire systems to war on Jesus Christ in the event that he came back? That's the kicker. That's what really will blow your mind. You would think, man, they came up with all this for what? The truth is, they came up with these weapons to war on Jesus Christ in the event that he returned. Okay? But they're not going to say that. They're not going to say that's why. You know how stupid you look? Saying that you have created something to war on the Lord Jesus Christ? Do you know how bad you make yourself look? The six ain't going to say that. But I'm going to tell you something. The reason that they believe in Jesus Christ and the reason that they believe in the Bible and that they know it is the truth is because they have sold their soul to the devil. And once that soul left their body, they instantly knew the Bible was the truth. It took the breath away. My soul is gone. So if my soul is gone and this really is the devil, then the Bible was the truth. And you wouldn't know it was the truth until you have sold your soul to the devil. Once you have sold your soul to the devil, you immediately know that that book is the truth. So that's what they're scared of. They know that it is the truth. They know that it is the truth. But a person who hadn't sold their soul, the only thing they have to go off of is believing. They believe that the Bible is the truth. But once you sell your soul, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is the truth. They know. The six is lying. The six is hiding stuff. The six knows the Bible is the truth. Why? Because their soul has departed their body. And they know now that the book is the truth. They have sold their soul to the devil, the Antichrist. And in order to do that, then the Bible has to be the truth, right? Right. So they know that it is the truth. There's no way that you can sell your soul unless the Bible is the truth, right? Right? There's no way. If the Bible's a lie, if all that's made up, then the devil ain't real. You can't sell your soul. Look at these jokers in the eyeballs. They know that book is the truth. Do they like to admit it? No. They want to live in a state of denial. That's why they deny it. No, it ain't true. It ain't true. They do that to fool up. They know it's the truth. That's really what everything boils down to. But the reason that they have tried and they are trying to exterminate all men, if you read the Bible, every time God wanted to do something, every time God wanted to do something spiritual, he chose a man. He chose a man. Over and over again, God sent a man. God chose a man. So their idea is, we're going to kill all of the men. And then God won't have nobody to use to carry out his plans. That's the thought. Very simple. Very, very simple. If you read the Bible over and over again, God chose a man. God chose a man. God sent a man. God sent a man. Okay? So the thought is, if you exterminate all of the men, God don't have nobody to use. Who is he going to use? That's the thought. Let me explain something to you. The six, Bill, Emmy, they know that Bible better than anybody in the world. Now, front to back, top to bottom. Let me tell you something. If somebody wrote a book about your downfall, if somebody wrote a book 2,000 years ago talking about you, talking about your uprising and your downfalling, talking about your death, wouldn't you learn it front to back? Hell yeah, you would. This book's talking about me. So, what have they done? They learned that book front to back. The six knows that book better than any legitimate man walking the face of this earth. Oh, they know that book. They know what it says. They know what they done. You better believe, let me tell you something. The six knows that book better than any legitimate Christ believer walking the face of this earth. You better believe they know that book. Why? If somebody wrote a book talking about fire and brimstone and putting you in a pit, wouldn't you know that book? Hell yeah, you know that book. You know it real good. And that's why they changed it. Oh yeah. Said all that to say, you can chalk this up any way you want to. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what that Bible says. It really does. It really does. Everything that has went on comes down to what that book says. That's what it's about. If there was no Bible, there would be no war. If there was no Bible, there'd be no killings. But what they're doing is they think that they're preventing these prophecies from coming to pass, but they're too stupid to know that all they done was fulfill every prophecy. That's how stupid they are. Stupid. They thought, oh yeah, we're gonna kill all the men. God ain't gonna have nobody to use. We're gonna transform everybody, man to woman, black to white, so on and so forth. Do you know what the Bible said? The Bible says, Jesus said, before my coming, they will leave the natural functions of their body. What does that mean? Leave the natural functions of their body. He knew that they was going to transform into the opposite sex. That's why he said that. He said they will leave the natural functions of their body. Oh yeah. What happened? They left the natural functions of their body. Just like the book said. So they thought that they were going to prevent prophecies from coming to pass. But these dumbasses, all they done was fulfill prophecy. They didn't prevent anything. They fulfilled. I ain't perfect, and I really hate the Bible thump so much because I ain't perfect. Golly, I ain't perfect. But it's the truth. Like, it really happened just like the book said. I mean, happened just like that. It ain't like, it isn't so unobvious that I could lie or make myself believe that the Bible isn't true. Like, if it wasn't so obvious, I could be like, well, nah, it didn't happen like that. Bro, but it happened just like that. Like, these jokers, my concern is the fact that we live in a country. When I say fact, I don't mean act, okay? I'm literally meaning everything that I say. My concern is the fact that we live in a country where people think it's okay to go out and murder, hunt down like animals, men. These cowards hunt down bucks, men, like animals. And have been doing this for some time now. And the police are supposed to protect and serve. Yeah, they protect and serve, all right. They protect these nays, and they serve you food you'd rather not eat. The cops serve Bill and Emmy. That's who they serve. When I got locked up in Spartanburg, one of the first things I noticed was on the wall, everywhere, it said follow all rules, over and over again. All rules. Who's all? Who is all? LL. This man has murdered a whole freaking nation of white men with blue eyes. And just about gotten away with it. pisses me off.